Marcus never gets out of his comfort zone.
What do you mean, brother? What do you mean? I'm always out of my comfort zone.
I know. I was waiting. That's the response I was waiting for.
You're right.
Let me see what's the weather like. Oh, feels like 32, low 26. Alright, gotta leave the faucets open. Okay.
Leaving the faucets open.
Yep. I ain't about to have no freaking bursted pipes up in here.
I like how it's every single time you say leave the faucets open instead of leaving the faucets running or dripping.
Well, it makes sense though, right?
Actually,
I mean,
when
you
are they
open
closed off? I'm confused.
it does. I'm gonna shut up. As a person who knows, I farted.
Wow.
Let's go, boys.
Well, I mean,
let's fucking go.
it makes sense either way, you know.
I just want to play Junker Queen, bro. Hannah. Oh, Hannah doesn't have Overwatch.
No, Overwatch makes her angry and toxic.
We could play Marvel Rivals. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna go outside and smoke some weed. Tori don't like Marvel Rivals. I ain't gonna force her to play.
You don't like Marvel Rivals?
It's not the fact that I don't like my Rivals. It's just I prefer my Overwatch.
Exactly.
She don't
Sorry, I
like
didn't
Marvel
like that. I
Rivals.
meant it as in she prefers. She doesn't prefer Marvel Rivals. That's what
The faucets
I'm an Overwatch diehard. I'm sorry.
It's gonna get
Well-
low 26.
AJ just messaged me and said, "What are you guys playing?" And I said, "I ain't playing shit, but join the Discord anyway." Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's already chilling.
She don't like Marvel Rivals.
Create a world and then.
Well, if
tell me
AJ
the
plays,
process
it'll
of
either
starting-
I will probably play Fortnite with
like,
him or
you
Marvel
create a world
Rivals.
from the
No.
command.
The white one works.
Starting a server.
I'm barely testing it out right now.
That's actually sweet because
Oh,
you actually get to see
Nah,
the
bro,
process.
I haven't gotten to talk to you guys in a fucking minute. Did I tell you that my boss quit?
No, I think what it was with this
Oh,
one
that's
was
crazy.
these buttons.
Jackson,
Jackson!
Not
Jackson,
pressing
the
really
one,
hard, but like pressing.
the one that I invited in here, he
I'll see
quit.
how it works.
Wow.
I could have honestly saw it coming because of the way that he was
Yeah.
doing the job.
Yeah, I did too. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I don't blame him because, dude, like
Which expert?
the way that they treated him. At least whenever I'd be at work, the dude would literally show up and open the store at 5 a.m. Be there from 5 a.m. all the way to 6 o'clock.
Okay, Marcus. Marcus, you have to do some fucking actual healing here, bro.
I asked my boyfriend to come hang out with me while I smoked, and he didn't hear me.
We'll hang out with you while you smoke.
Let's go.
Tell me why the fuck I had a
Alright.
dream about me smoking. I freaked out. I was like, anxiety attack.
You wake up with an anxiety
I want-
attack.
I need to talk to BMO too. Fuck, I need to. I haven't talked to BMO in a minute, but with everything
Just tell her that, you know, you've been focused on, you know, being there for Tyler. Or if you want me to, because she's supposed to be coming over to my house, I could just relay the information.
Oh my god! Holy shit! I just scared the fuck out of myself. Okay.
am an expert at navigating
I about
this
busted my ass. Really, like really good. I just hurt my leg about busting my ass.
Hurt your leg without busting your ass. That's a skill.
Hey, Tori.
Well, I hurt my leg because I had.
Yes,
my leg-
man.
I didn't bend my leg; it was straight.
On the control, how do you take off dead zone? Is increasing it, taking it off, or decreasing it, taking it off?
It's crazy.
That I don't have a single clue on.
Okay.
Sorry.
I just tried to run, bro.
Can we do this?
Sorry.
No. I must not think of
Ugh, it's called his balls in the blue. I don't know who left their lighter in here, but thank you. Yeah. I was going to talk to BMO about shit though. And I wanted to talk to BMO about what the fuck has been going on with Chelsea. Cause Chelsea's up here all up on BMO shit.
I will pretend.
Talk about doing photo shoots and shit with BMO, and I'm like, I don't know. I told off first until we know what's going on.
Well, and I mean, me and BMO have been talking about forever, and we still haven't done it.
Yeah, I know, but BMO posted up about it, and Chelsea's like, when? And BMO was over here like, whenever, dude. Like, I'm over here like, nah, fuck all of that. Don't do it, BMO. We don't know if she's cheating right now. Tyler's mom is going to talk to her about it because I talked to Tyler's mom about it again. And I told Tyler, I felt bad. But the only reason I feel bad is because I don't know if it's true or not. It's just, she's acting very shady. And if it was my partner, I would think the same thing. Like,
Well, and I'm just thinking, I wouldn't even worry about talking to her, because as much as I'm, like, all down to, like, let people explain themselves and whatnot, I also am on the other side of, they'll never tell you the truth of what's going on.
Alicia, I think Alicia's gonna talk to her about it and see what the fuck's up, but at the same time, I also think that Alicia's gonna see, like, what's been going up with her and Ethan anyways, because I told Alicia that the only reason why I feel the way I feel isn't because of Chelsea adding a guy on Facebook, but because of the shit that Chelsea has told me in the past. Within the last month and a half, because it was December when I last hung out with her last month. I've been hung out with Chelsea for almost a month now. And the last time that we hung out with each other, Chelsea hung out with me for 3 hours, and all she did was vent to me about Ethan. And she talked about how she had talked about the last 2.5 months that she has been over here to hang out with me. She comes and hung out with me for a fat minute there, and all she did was talk about how unhappy she was. And then she was talking about moving out, but she can't move out. And then she said that Ethan won't move out of the house because his dad's there. But where she's not seeing it is Ethan's trying to stay at that house because once his dad moves out, that's going to be their house. That's why he won't leave.
Which
Chelsea
that makes sense, because if you already have a nice setup for a house, then that you know all the way around.
Right. And this is the thing though. I've told Chelsea this shit. I sat down and looked at her in her face, and she even shook her head and said, I know. Or when I asked her if she talked to Ethan, because she was feeling those types of way, I'm like, have you talked to him about any of this? Have you told him how you felt? Because, you know, like, I'm hoping that you went and talked to him first before you came and vented to me about it, because it's something that you should have said to him. And she's like, well, I did. But then I'm over here like, okay, but I don't feel like you did, because the next day they'll come over here and be perfectly fine. Or like today, Chelsea and Ethan came to the funeral home, or to that, not the funeral home, but we went and had another celebration of life today. And we went to that one, we were all eating, and Ethan only was there for an hour, and Chelsea looked at Ethan and said, well, when are we leaving? When are we leaving?
Go back out there.
And she's like, well, I needed to go to that thing today, and you said that you would take me. And Ethan said, well, how about, Ethan said no, because he wanted to stay a little bit longer. And Chelsea got fucking pissy at him, and he ended up saying, okay, fuck all of that. If Tyler needed some more time to be with his fucking family because he was grieving, then I'd look at Tyler and tell Tyler he could stay. And Ethan was more fucked up over it than Tyler was. Like, it was really fucked up, because out of anybody...
Yeah, I think she just needs to fucking go, because that's shitty ass behavior.
I don't like the way that, nobody likes the way that she treats Ethan, but there's not, because we are all grown. Ethan's an adult. It doesn't matter what any of us say, as long as because Ethan's the one who chooses to stay with Chelsea. But I like Chelsea, but I don't at the same time. I don't agree with cheating. I never will. I'll tell everybody. I even told Tyler, I was like, you know, if it was your brother cheating on Chelsea, I'd still say something.
That's a good mindset, Hannah. That's a very, very good mindset.
I've never cheated on anybody, but I've gotten cheated on so many times. And the last time was the worst one. I was with this guy for my last relationship. I was with this guy for over a year. I paid for his kid. He had 2 kids. I paid for their formula. I paid for their diapers. I paid for their food. I bought the groceries in the house. I paid for all of this stuff, took care of him. I bought him a phone, paid his car insurance, put gas in his car, paid my car insurance, my gas. I paid for everything. Like, I'm telling you, but in my mindset, the reason why I didn't leave him sooner was because I firmly believe that I've been rock bottom more than one time. And I believe that there's a difference between being in a rut and just not wanting to get your shit together. I thought that my ex was in a rut and could get his shit back together because he had his shit together when we were friends. But it turns out it was him going downhill into a bender because he got on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
He got on drugs right before I moved in with him, and then I found out he was fucked up after I moved in with him, and then I was like, I thought I could save somebody, but I couldn't save anybody. I learned after that relationship, you can't save everybody, and I shouldn't have even tried to save him. I should have just let him figure his shit out, because obviously he needed to be on his own. And it took me being with him to find that out. So even though, yes, I got hurt at the end of it, I will always say that he was more of a life lesson. But after all of that, I did all of that for him, and I never cheated on him. I never talked to somebody else. Nothing. I endured all of that shit, and he treated me very shitty sometimes. He gave me anxiety so bad. He gave me anxiety so bad that I'd get sick and throw up everywhere because he'd beat the shit out of himself in my car. It was so bad. And this dude ended up cheating on me for 7 months, and I found out about it we were both working together, and we both were doing training to work at Taco Bell in management because they pay. Dude, you can go and work at Taco Bell for $17 an hour as a crew member because nobody wants to fucking work at Taco Bell. It's $17 an hour, and then it was $20 an hour to be a lead or a manager, and you only spend $50 to get your serve saved, and that's all. And then you make $20 an hour, and we work a lot. So, you know, like, I'm over here doing my videos and shit like that. Well, his phone's getting blown up by this girl named Molly. I've heard of Molly a few times, and he kept saying it was one of his friends, and I never really thought about anything of it because I have guy friends, but I don't talk to my guy friends like that, you know? That's where I was. So in my head, I'm like, well, I got guy friends, so I'm not gonna be like, you can't have female friends. But obviously, motherfucker was talking to her because she was way too talkative to him, and I wasn't like that with any of my guy friends. Like, even my best friend of 13 years, I didn't even talk to him like that. So, anyways, after I found out, I looked at his phone, and she was talking about them going on a cruise together, and she already had everything bought and planned. And I looked at him, and I'm like, so you think that you're gonna go on a fucking cruise and leave me at our house with your kids? You got me fucked up, bro. So, I found out about all of that. I called my best friend of 13 years, and he came and picked me up, and I went and stayed at his house for 2 weeks and slept on his couch for Christmas.
Yeah.
I spent Christmas. I spent all day at Christmas just sulking on his couch, depressed as fuck. And then I told him, that was when I told my best friend everything that had been going on. And for some reason, my best friend still I stayed with my ex for about a month and a half, and my best friend put up with it for a little bit, but my best friend, like, at the end of everything, my best friend treated him like complete dog shit. Like, he kicked him out, told me that I could stay. I didn't stay. I went and lived with my dad because my best friend was acting weird with someone else that we were living with. It wasn't really even Caleb. It was more of, he was being really weird to my ex-friend Nirvana. But he ended up kicking us out, told me that I could stay because I didn't do anything wrong. My ex was just a piece of shit. And, but I ended up moving back to my dad's, and he moved out, and then after that we broke up. But I'll never forget, I felt like shit. Like, I felt like I wasn't worth shit. And I felt like I wasn't pretty, and I felt like, you know, I kept convincing myself that I was this low of a person because I got cheated on, when it wasn't me that was that low. I actually was doing a lot better than the motherfucker that just cheated on me, and after it took me finally breaking up with his ass to realize all of that, bro. Like, and then I just can't. After all of that, I just could not sit here and watch anybody, especially if Tyler's brothers considered my family. I've been with Tyler for more than a year, and not only that, but I've known them since before we even dated. So it's like, I think of him like I would think of my brother, and I would never, ever want to see any of you guys get cheated on. I'd lose my fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it feels like shit. I know I know that shit's hard to just get over.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said in the beginning. It was more of a life lesson, right?
Right.
And that that learning curve or that all of that hardship you went through, you can help somebody else who's going through it at the moment. You know, that's the positive side of it. And also, obviously, you know, you're out of it, so that's also a plus.
Dude, Tyler treats
And-
me so good. My current boyfriend,
Yeah.
it's really, I hate to say this, not hate, but more like it is kind of fucked up to say that Tyler is the first relationship that I've been in that wasn't it wasn't short and it wasn't toxic. I've been in a lot of relationships that were short because they didn't know what they wanted, or they just wanted someone to talk to but didn't want anything else, or anything like that. And I just was a pretty girl that happened. I was easy, I guess you could say I was kind of easy to talk to. I'm very
I thought you were calling yourself like easy. I'm like,
no,
girl,
not
no
like
the fuck
that.
you
I'm
ain't.
naive. Like, I'm easy to talk to. I'm naive. Like,
Mhm.
I definitely.
I wouldn't
Huh?
say, I wouldn't call you like,
No, I was like back then. I was. If you knew me back, like now, no, I don't fucking put up with shit anymore. But that's after fucking around. Like I done the last 3 people that I dated, or nah, not even 3. The last 2 people, 3. Yeah, it was 3. The last 3 people I dated were all toxic as fuck. The first one we dated for almost 2 years, and then I got kicked out of nowhere with no explanation to why. Got called a mooch the whole fucking time because I was
I think
a
I
senior
think
in
it's
high
hard.
school.
Yeah. So, sorry to cut you off a little bit. I think also like if you're talking about like a time span of years being with somebody, and I don't think you realize that they were toxic at the end of the relationship.
No,
You know,
I didn't.
sometimes I think we notice these things, but we bear with them, thinking we can change people, and that's
how
the thing.
my last
Nobody can change
relationships,
anybody.
I will.
Yeah.
That's where whenever I say when instead of me just sitting here, I can sit here and tell you that my exes were all bad people and that they did everything wrong. But I also was wrong. There was things that I did that was toxic because, like you said, I noticed those things. I reacted to those things. I obviously reacted to them too because I always have reacted to these and have said how I felt about them. But instead of telling myself that was really wrong and they shouldn't, and I shouldn't let them do that shit to me, I just sit there and I'm like, I expressed how I felt about it, but I'm just gonna brush it off. And then at the end of it, when they end up doing it again and again and again, I just don't say anything because I feel like it's gonna be a fight. And that was my problem though, was the fact that I was just I was enabling it. That's the best way to put it. I was enabling it, but I knew that it was wrong. Cause I'll even tell you straight up, when my last ex-boyfriend, I did drugs with him and everything, dude. Like, and I know for a fact that I knew what I was doing was wrong from the jump. I knew it. But I loved that person so much that I believed that it wasn't forever. And I used to tell myself, even when I was on drugs, I told myself all the time, I know that I'm not going to be on these drugs forever. I know that this isn't forever. But it still would suck. The shit was terrible. I was depressed every fucking day. I never left my house. It was bad. And I still face some of that trauma today. But when me and him broke up and I sat down and shit, Tori met me right around the beginning of it. And I can even sit there and say, whenever I talk to Tori about it, I talk about it in a lot of a mature way now than I did when I first met Tori. Even then right before. Like,
I don't remember how quiet the conversation went whenever you first came to my house and talked about it, but
I told you guys.
I remember you being very emotional about it.
I was, because it was still fresh, and I remember saying things like, I said what happened, and I told the truth. But I also looked at Angela straight in the face, because even though I knew Angela was so mad at me about everything, I looked at her straight in her face and still told her that I fucked up. Because I don't care how much you don't like me, I still have enough pride to tell you that I fucked up. And I did shit wrong. And that's why I was like, Angela, if Angela ever used any of that shit ever against me, I told you with pride. Because I expected you to say something. Because I knew better. And I'm not afraid. But I don't know. I just remember talking a lot about him doing drugs. I talked about everything that happened with Kaylee, his cousin. I mean, I damn near told her I told her mostly about what all happened with Caleb because she was talking about. She did tell me that she honestly was going to hang out with Caleb, and I told her that I'm like, I don't care what you do, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, it ain't a good idea. And then I told her why, and then that was where she was like, well, Hannah's a liar. Well, I wasn't lying to you. I told you I didn't care because I actually thought Caleb was going to hit Angela. I didn't think Angela was going to hit Caleb up. I thought it was going to be the other way around. Because I know the motherfucker cheated on me for 7 months. He thought that I didn't think he was going to hit either Angela or Molly back up. He hit both of them back up. I already knew that was going to happen. After I got cheated on, it was obvious he was going to do that shit. Especially whenever, when me and Caleb were friends, don't get me wrong, I thought Angela was a little hot whenever I first met Angela. Now, I don't. But at that time, I thought Angela was a little hot because I didn't see Angela all the time. After hanging out with Angela all the time, not only is she not cute, but she also has a fucking ugly-ass personality, too. The whole entire time we were friends, I had just got out of a relationship with this guy named Connor, and Angela and him used to hook up before I met Angela. Like, her and him used to hook up. And Connor told me about it right off the bat because Angela was dating Connor's best friend, Josh. And Connor told me right off the bat, before I even met Angela, that Connor and her used to hook up. But Connor said that it was not worth it. He said that he does it when he's single, but he's like, I was like, whatever. Like, I ain't going to judge you for hooking up with someone when you were single. As long as you don't do it when we're in a relationship, I don't give a fuck. Because I've known some people do that shit. I ain't gonna fucking judge anybody. If it's when you're single and you're being honest and everything about it, then why am I going to judge you? You ain't doing anything shady. And even Angela was like open and honest, saying that they both were like just hooking up and never were in a relationship, and it was just hooking up. So I'm like, if both of them tell me that they were just hooking up, then I'm like, whatever. And Connor never said anything good about Angela, and he never texted anybody anything good about Angela either. I've seen that man's Snapchats. His group chats have been leaked. That dude talks just as much shit about Angela that he talked about with me. But anyways, after me and Connor broke up civilly. Connor just kept hitting me with the I don't know how I feel about us type shit. And I just got to a point where I'm like, if you don't know how you feel about us, then obviously you don't know, like, you're thinking about not being in a relationship, because you only think about that when you're like thinking about the relationship. So I'm over here like, if you want, like, you can be single and do whatever the fuck you want, but I'm not going to wait for you, because I don't got time for that shit. I'm not going to sit here and wait for somebody. I've been fucked over too much. I'm good. But we ended up breaking up civilly, and then his best friend Ben comes over to my house to one of my parties and tells me everything. And he showed me their fucking group chat and gave me his phone and let me just go through it. And I found out that Connor was talking shit about me, calling me annoying, telling me that I'm like this, and this. And I'm over here like, motherfucker, and I know that you was sitting there talking about fucking that ugly bitch in the front of your job. He sat there and was like telling me about how ugly she was, and I laughed at him because I was like, it's funny that you said she was so ugly, but you want to go and fuck with her. Disgusting. People are fucking weird. But anyways, Angela used to sit there and tell me, well, after me and Connor broke up and I found out about all of that, it was like not even a couple weeks after, and Angela was like, yeah, we hooked up and these are pictures of us together. And would show me her pictures of her and Connor together holding hands and shit.
I think, you know, out of all of this, I think it's kind of obvious to know talking to the person whether their mindset is in a relationship or not. I
Yeah,
think because when somebody is like, I don't know, in love or whatever with their significant other, they talk way different.
yeah,
And if they
because
don't like you, they're not gonna talk to you like you're their partner. They're gonna talk to you like just anybody else.
right, and that's what
And-
Angela. It cracked me up because Angela was so proud to fuck. Okay, Angela had fucked Ben, she fucked Josh, and she fucked Connor, and she wanted to fuck Caleb, and then there was another friend of them that they had named, I think it was like Trey or something like that. I think his name was Trey, but he never really hung out with them. But Angela said that if she fucked both of them, that she would have been a legend in that friend group because she would have fucked all of them. And I'm like, that's just weird. Like, why do you want? Right? I'm like, why do you want everybody to know you for being a hoe? Like, I don't get it. But what? Okay. So I just told her like whatever. Like in my head, how I saw it at that time, instead of just being a bitch, I just was like, whatever. I'm gonna let her live her life. I just don't live that life. What the fuck ever. Just like I do with all of you guys. Even if I don't agree with everything that you guys do in your life, I just let you guys live your life. It's just something that I wouldn't do in mine.
Yeah. It just amazes me how people feel proud of throwing away their decency and stuff.
Sorry, Chelsea was calling me. But, anyways, I think after all of that shit, I just lost complete respect over Angela. And then, after Angela was living at another guy's house, and I think I just went from talking about my exes and advice and everything to just straight up talking about fucking Angela drama. God damn.
You okay?
How do you?
I'm just wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
I just stopped for a second
How
and
do
said,
you-
wait a minute.
Sometimes you just gotta talk it out till you know
Yeah.
you can't talk about it.
I just know
That's actually,
that
in
I went through so much shit, and I might talk about it a lot right now, sure, but at the same time, I just know that I won't let I won't let anyone treat me that way ever again. I know that shit
Yeah.
fucking hurt, especially like Tori. I know Tori feels the same way, bro. Angela, imagine being there for somebody who always
And
is
Marcus
going-
can relate because you did this with
Yeah.
Johnny.
Well, being there for somebody, giving them a whole bunch of money.
I carry my burdens alone.
I'm
She got a
assuming
call
she got a
again.
call, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Zenny.
My phone is getting blown the fuck up right now. But anyways,
Dang.
Put your
They have
phone
a
on Do Not
tracker on you.
Disturb.
They're
fuck.
listening to you.
I need them to stop.
Follow the rules.
They're like, Hannah's spilling our secrets again. We must stop her.
But anyways,
Mm.
after I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. I just know that after all
Imagine
of that shit, bro.
being friends, giving them a bunch of money.
Yeah, I was like, imagine being friends with someone for so long, and you're sitting here giving them rides everywhere, giving them money. Like, I'm talking about rides to fucking from Plainfield all the way up to Castleton, or from Plainfield to fucking Bloomington and shit like that. I did that all the time. And I spent all of my money doing it all the fucking time. I wasn't thinking about how much money I spent or nothing. I just was doing it because I was out having a good time with all of these people. And this whole entire time, this girl went and talked shit about me. She went and talked shit on me just because I got kicked out of my mom's house and was going through it. And I took a step back because I had to figure out what the fuck I was going to do. I was living at Ben's house and I didn't know Ben like that, but Ben was the only person I had. So I'm like, fuck. But I went and stayed at Ben's house and slept on his couch for a month and a half before I moved out. And I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, like, that shit was terrible. I don't ever want to sit there and be in that situation again. And Angela just sat there and just talked mad shit about me all over social media. And I called her out then. And then she tried to act like it was no big deal and that we worked it out. So then it's whatever. Okay. Well, then a little bit after that, Angela gets upset again. And it was over. I told me and Caleb started talking. And I found out that Caleb had feelings for me first. And then I said, you know what? Fuck it. He's single. Why the fuck not? At that time, I hadn't been in a relationship for almost a year after Connor, so I said, fuck it. So I ended up getting into a relationship with Caleb. And Ben was the first one to know, and then I told Angela. And Angela was really cool about it. She was dating this guy, or fucking with this guy named Quentin. And while she was fucking with Quentin, she was hitting Caleb up a lot. And I was like, at this point, it made me feel like, you know, Angela was still trying to hang out with Caleb and shit, knowing that me and Caleb were fucking around. And it was weird. So, I literally went and jumped Angela's car while she was fucking this guy named Quentin in her car. They went and was starting to fuck around, and Angela left her car on too long, and her fucking battery died. So I went and played Captain Save-A-Ho, drove to Danville and saved Angela's ass. And then Angela's over here completely covered in fucking hickeys from him and everything like that. And when I left, she texted me and told me that they was fucking, and then that they were fucking around again after I left, which, weird. But I had told Angela, though, that I was with Caleb and everything. And after I left, Angela was cool and was completely cool with it. She still hung out with me. We still went out and got drunk. We all still hung out together and everything. And then after all of that happened, Angela asked me and Caleb to go and take her out to go get weed. And we ended up not doing it because we had 2 little kids at the house that we had to watch over for like a week. So we didn't do it. And
Lisa?
Angela got pissed off. She never talked to me ever again. And then I found out 6 months later that Angela was talking shit about me and told my ex-boyfriend that she was gonna beat my ass. And then I was like, okay.
Dude, Angela just be fucking, bro. She doesn't sound like a hoe like that.
But and that's the thing though. You think I'm saying this to be? Everybody thinks that I call Angela a hoe because I don't like her. No, I call her a hoe because she was hoeing, literally, seriously, hoeing around. That's not me just making a jokey joke. Nothing. She actually was being a fucking hoe. And I don't give a fuck if Angela gets offended by it, because even if I was Angela's friend, I would still tell Angela that she was hoeing around, because I even told my brother, while me and Angela were friends, that Angela was hoeing around. Fuck God. Like, I literally just said that Angela was going through her hoe phase. I never fucking judged Angela for it.
That's the thing. She sat there and called herself a hoe.
Yeah, but then wanted to sit there. She even sat there and told me too that she was a hoe. She even sat there and was proud of it. I was cool with that, as long as you don't fuck around with my people. But when she started doing that, I was like, oh girl, I dare you to come beat my ass, you little pussy ass bitch. She's a fucking pussy. And then I'm over here like, she acts like I traumatized her because I dated Caleb. Bitch, please, bro. Please. And then here comes Ruby's stupid bum ass. That bitch, I could smell that fake shit from a mile away. The moment she joined in and just started fucking talking about her feelings, but she wouldn't listen to anyone's advice. And then she was like, well, how are you doing today? And then Tori would start talking about her shit. Or I'd start talking about my shit, and then Ruby can't be there too long to listen, but she can still be at home all day and talk to a guy who's fucking around with 4 other women. And then all that lore. Fuck Ruby. I just don't like Ruby anyway. I just like, the only reason, that's how I feel. But the only reason why I even talk about Ruby is because I enjoy pissing Ruby off, and I mean that truly. That's the toxicity in me right there. I just enjoy knowing that my presence pisses Ruby off. That's all. I don't care how
Anna
Ruby feels about it.
25, sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, Lisa, can you hear us?
Lisa!
Yeah.
I love
okay.
your crickets when you join. Hold up. Let me show you mine.
Oh.
was nothing, girl.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing, girl.
You didn't hear nothing? It's probably because I'm on my fucking phone.
That was a strange feeling.
Sorry, Marcus, that was me, bro.
I knew it
What are you
was.
eating, Lisa?
It was
Huh?
somebody, bro.
What are you eating?
Fill this saddle.
Chinese food. Like honey
Okay.
Damn,
chicken,
jelly.
fried rice, and
Ooh.
Pow. I forget what the fuck his name, but something. Another
I'm
chicken.
power.
Oh, Lisa,
Yeah,
I got
sometimes.
my steak fries
I
last
wish I could
night.
disable my sense of smell.
Yes, bro.
Mm.
Those always look so fire. That's the first place I'm stopping. Oh, now I hear it.
Damn, that was loud.
Now I hear it.
Hey, it's the Eric Andre show. It's the Eric Andre
The
show.
cricket. Yeah.
Yeah, when someone's talking, you hear that shit when I join.
That's funny.
I changed mine because my other one that I had, Tyler said that it was starting to get annoying because we were playing Terraria for like 3 days straight, and his friends had to hear it every time I joined the Discord.
I was like, okay, and you gotta hear it every day. Like,
I said okay, and then I said okay, fine, I'll change it. And then at first I changed it to my friend AJ's one, which it's the damn you good at Fortnite N word. I changed it to that one, and they all were sitting there like, oh my god. And then I was like, okay, I'll change it again.
Hey, I would have kept
Let's
it.
get back in the saddle.
Godzilla one now?
No, this is AJ's. Hold on.
I was gonna put like big back when I joined.
Damn,
Good Fortnite, nigger.
Hey, it would be fitting.
Yeah, that's why I was like, there's so much.
That one's AJ's.
Now that we have Nitro, we can do more sound. Or I boosted the server. And
Yeah, I got you. I got you, bro. I'll be easier for
we're
you
about to
too.
put like so many pounds. I was gonna put this whenever I joined.
You should have.
It's like a never-ending nightmare.
Marcus, you're
Oh
that's
my
really
God.
gonna hear that shit.
How
Even
come
in
it
person,
wasn't
bro. I'm
better?
gonna put it up.
Woo!
What are you guys playing?
Overwatch.
Overwatch. A little bit. You want to join? Nah. Stop, Zen. You want to join?
I don't have Overwatch updated.
Oh, update it. While you're eating.
No, that's gonna take forever.
You know it's not. You got that fast right now.
I didn't think the last I didn't do the like new. What is it? Well, I don't even know when the last time I updated that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my god.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
This will piss me off.
She's gonna blow!
Marcus like so paranoid right now, bro. He thinks that somebody's watching him.
What happens, Zen?
I'm like, nobody wants to watch me.
It might be because I'm streaming, bro. Okay.
No one's watching me besides me. What are you doing, Marcus? What the hell?
Shit on, bro.
You're not even streaming anything.
On YouTube.
No, I mean you're not streaming anything.
Oh, you
Back from the bone.